up, Ravens Flag? I'm Cassie Calvert back here on Facebook Live, and today I am joined by Willie Snead, who's going to be taking your questions. So go ahead and start commenting them below. All right, Willie, we had week one. You already got in the end zone. How good did it feel to get back to playing real, actual football?
Oh, it felt great. You have no idea. It was kind of weird, getting the touchdowns and not hearing the fans go crazy. But it was a really good feeling just to get back to football, out there with the teammates, getting that dub. That's what's most important. But getting that end zone definitely feels good.
Absolutely. There was a really special story this week that you shared with Aaron Katz, and it's that you honored your friend Eric Patterson on your cleat on Sunday, that you're going to do that all season. Can you talk about why did you decide to do that and honor him in that way?
Yeah, last year I did it as well. I had them painted on my cleats. It was a white pair this time, but this time I wanted to do it again because I've always wanted him to be with me, every time. And, I know if he was still here, he would be trying to go to every single game. And that's something that he took pride in, was just trying to be there for me as a friend, as an old teammate, as a competitor, just making sure I'm always in the game and everything. But just having him on my cleats, man, just gives me an extra boost of energy and motivation, because I know that he's watching over me, making sure I'm good, safe, and trying to go out there and just play my hardest.
I love that. So he can be there with you every step of the way. One of my favorite things in that story was you talked about how you guys had these battles every practice, and you talked about that's your mentality every practice. And when Marlon Humphrey was mic'd up during a scrimmage during training camp, he said, Willie's going to give it to us the whole time. And he loves that because you guys kind of feed off that energy. Where does that mentality come from for you, and how great do you think it is that you get to go up against top corners in the league every day in practice like Marlon and Marcus Peters?
Yeah, it's fun. It's challenging. All that started back at Ball State. Coach Limbo back at the time, he just took great pride in practicing hard. And, I took that the same way. It's just, the only way we can be good on game day is if we're practicing hard. And, me and my friend Eric Patterson, we used to go at it all the time. And those competitions it got up there at times because, we never wanted to lose, right? You never want to lose
Right.
to a good corner. So, just transferring that to the league, being here in Baltimore, going against the two best corners in the league, I got to bring it to those guys every day, because, I know they're going to give me the same effort. And, I don't want to look bad on film either. And those guys are always going to give me a good rep. So I just definitely want to max out every opportunity I have on the practice field. And it also prepares me for game day, because when you're stepping out there against the best, I'm going against the best in practice every day. So it's an easy
Mm-hmm.
transition from practice to Sundays.
Sure, and I'm sure there's a confidence factor there, especially in a year where you don't have preseason games to prepare. But I love Lamar talked about you this week when he was on podium, and he said that Willie's just a guy you can count on for everything. He'll block, he goes out there and gets the ball, and he's going to catch it every time. How special is it to hear your quarterback talk about how you're the guy that he can count on every play?
Yeah, that's my guy, man. Ever since 3 years ago when he stepped into it, man, he's trusted me. And, I've had so much confidence in him over the years, just watching him grow and to be able to mature into the quarterback that he is right now. It's definitely a boost of confidence. It just allows me to know that my quarterback is on my side, and he's always looking for me. He trusts me. And, I just want to go out there and be the best player I can be, not only for him, but for this team. So definitely take a lot of pride in that, and I appreciate him.
For sure. We got our first fan question from James, and he wants to know, what does it feel to be one of the big dogs in the locker room now? You're the vet in that wide receiver room.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's definitely a blessing because, when I first came into the league, I was the oldest guy in the room was like 32. And now that I'm 27, I'm the oldest guy. I'm the vet. It's kind of crazy, but I never take it for granted. A lot of those young guys look up to me. They try to model, how I move and, how I practice. So definitely always got to stay on my toes and leading those guys by example. And it's just a great opportunity to have that.
Albert asks, how have you been able to kind of take those young guys under your wing since they've come to Baltimore?
Yeah, I think it all started back in the summer when those guys came and trained with me in Florida. We spent time with each other for a week, and I got to know those guys. They got to know me and see the type of work I put in, and just being able to talk to them and let them know, like, hey, this is what the NFL is like. This is what you should expect. And those guys didn't really know much at all because they didn't step into the facility. They didn't meet any of the coaches. All they did was Zoom calls at the time. So just that time we spent together in the summer and then transitioning to training camp, it was smooth. They knew who I was. They knew the guys around them. And we were just able to compete and work from there. Those guys are definitely motivated for this season. They're hard workers. They make plays, so it was easy for transition for them, and they make my job easier. You know, I just come into work and they help me out.
It's better when you enjoy your coworkers, right? Our next fan question from Brian is, how do you prepare for an away game when you know there's no fans?
Uh, I think the same way you would prepare for a home game. You know, you got to study your opponent, watch an extra film. Now that we have some film on somebody, you know, we definitely been watching that and maxing that out. So um, it's just basically knowing the game plan, sticking to the game plan, worrying about executing, and then um, just be able to win your matchups. I think that's what it's going to come down to in this game. They're going to play a lot of man, and we just got to be able to win when our time comes.
And I know you're a team guy and you are going to do whatever it helps the team win. But we have a question from Spencer. What do you enjoy more? When you know that you nailed a great block for a running back or Lamar, or catching a touchdown pass in the end zone?
Oh man, definitely catching the touchdown. Uh,
Yeah.
I know I know everybody tells me I should have had two touchdowns last week with that one long run. I set up JK real nice. Um, but I mean, they both feel really good. I know when JK scored his first touchdown, that was a thrilling moment. But anytime we score in the end zone, man, I'm going crazy. And you know, it's just a cherry on top when I get to put it in the end zone myself.
I love how hyped that you guys get for anyone who scores. Everyone's in the end zone, jumping around, celebrating that like it's themselves. That's really awesome. And you don't always see that.
No, you don't. We have a really special group, special family here. Guys just want to see each other eat. And, you know, we have bigger goals than just scoring touchdowns and creating individual goals, but we definitely want to help each other, motivate each other, and be there for each other.
Love that. All right, we got a kind of different question from Philip. He wants to know, obviously it's a little different in a year where we're in a pandemic, but what's your favorite thing to do on an off day?
My favorite thing to do on the off day is to either get a massage or
Ooh.
rest. Um, I mean, most of the time, those massages are very slim and very few to get. So I try to take advantage of those on the off day, but definitely rest, hydration, and just watching TV, just kicking it, staying off my feet.
Right. I think people don't realize just like the toll that these weeks take on your body. And I'm sure by the end of the season, like that time is crucial for recovery.
Yeah, you only get 1 week of recovery, 1 day of recovery during the week. So I definitely try to take advantage of it.
So we mentioned that your favorite is getting in the end zone, obviously scoring touchdown. Chad wants to know if you have any exciting celebrations planned for this year.
Uh, the guys are just getting on me about last year's celebrations. They were pretty bad. Um, I got a few things I'm working on. My daughter's helping me out with my dance moves. You know, she's 6 years old and she's the inspiration right now behind the dances. So I'm working on it right now. So we'll see what happens next time I'm in there.
Well, we love that. We got to get a little video of her doing it and then you doing it in the end zone. That would be incredible.
Sneak peeks right there.
Right. Well, you had some big news this off season during quarantine. You got engaged, so congratulations. How exciting was that time for you guys?
That was very exciting. It was actually my daughter's birthday.
Aw.
My youngest, she was turning 3 at the time. The original plan was to go on a vacation to Hawaii and do it, you know, the romantic on the beach type of way, right? And then here comes the pandemic. Nobody's flying anywhere, and I had it in my pocket for a long time. It was starting to burn a hole in it. So I was just like, man, let's just do this, set a date. And it was a crazy moment. She wasn't expecting it. So it was just all tears and joy. And it was a really fun moment. I'm very happy with my girl.
That's pretty special that your daughters got to be there for that too. I love that.
Oh my gosh. My oldest started breaking down crying like she was the one getting married. It was just so dramatic.
Get to wear the beautiful dress. No one has to tell her it's not about her. I love that. All right, we'll take one more fan question before we wrap up here from Deborah. What is your game day playlist like? Who do you like to listen to when you warm up and get you hyped for a game?
Oh, I got a good mixture of stuff for 2020. I've been listening to a lot of Lil Yachty, Future, Rod Wave, um, Meek Mill. Sometimes Drake has definitely popped up on the playlist a few times, but it's just those hyped up rappers that you would hear in the club or some, or a new banger that drops. You know, it's something that I'm just like I've been geeking up to, or maybe I might throw a throwback in there or something like that. But it's usually like Future or Raw Wave or or definitely got to put the Kodak on there, sprinkle in some Kodak.
Obviously. So you're not the mellow pregame music guy. You're the I give me hype right now. I need ready to go.
Like when I'm out there for like by myself pregame, I'm definitely getting hyped up, trying to get in the moment, and then like it starts to throttle down right there before game time, and that energy starts to kick in from there.
All right. Well, you heard him. He's going to be bringing the energy on Sunday when we take on the Texans at 4:25 p.m. on CBS. Thanks so much for joining us, Willie fan. Thank you for your great questions, and we will see you on Sunday.